Ohio gozaimasu and welcome to the Mr. Maple Show. Guys, I'm Tim Nichols with MrMaple.com. I'm here with my man Corbin. We're going to be bringing you the 10 new trees that are being listed at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for March 31st of 2026. Guys, we got a killer lineup today. We're going to talk about 10 of the 20 trees getting listed. You can sign up for our weekly email and find out that secret 10, y'all. We're bringing you some heavy hitters. We're starting off today with Acer Palmatum Ilarian.
Yeah, man, this is a Talon Buckhalt's introduction. And, I love the story behind it because I think it kind of allowed me to aspire to do some stuff here around the nursery. And it was named after one of the people who worked for Talon, a young man who, had an eye for some trees. Talon told him one day, all right, y'all need to go out, look for something crazy in that seedling pile. The guy named Ilarian came back. He showed him this, and Talon felt inclined to put his name on it, so that's pretty cool.
Talon got so excited after he'd grafted this tree. He called me up one day and said, guys, I'm sending you an amazing plant. Call me after you get the package. We got the package, we opened it up, and this tree was just completely variegated. This is a spectacular plant in that Arito Nishiki style family. Slow growing. The more you prune on this, the more variegation you'll get, but it's perhaps one of the most variegated selections of that Arito Nishiki style family. Guys, it can give you some unique winter interest. You can get that candy cane striping in the bark if you give it the lightly pruning during the late winter. We got a whole video on how to prune Arito Nishiki style Japanese maples to promote variegation, and that's especially true with Ilarian. One of the most striking plants. When it gets all variegation, you will need some protection from the hot afternoon sun. So just giving you some heads up there. If it gets all variegation, you don't have much chlorophyll, that means it will burn. So give it some protection from the hot afternoon sun in those situations. Great container plant, easy plant to grow though. Guys, this is beautiful, it's striking. It's a pink tree you can enjoy in your garden.
Oh yeah, I'm just happy we got some leaves on these things again, man.
Spring has sprung. And speaking of spring, we've got our open house coming up. That's going to be April 11th from 8 to 4 here at Mr. Maple. Make sure that you put that on your schedule. You want to be here at Mr. Maple. We've got a lot of cool plants. There's going to be a lot of people shopping in person here. You can actually order trees today on this 10 at 10 and pick them up at the open house and save on shipping. So let the staff know immediately if you're coming to do a pickup. That way we can hold these trees for you and have them tagged for you, already ready for you to be picked up at the open house. If you wait too late, it'll be hard for us to have all those trees already pulled for you, and there may be some time waiting as it's the open house for our staff to go pull your plants. So go ahead and let our staff know early that you're coming so we can have those trees pulled for you.
Oh yeah. All right, guys. Coming up next, we got some seedlings from a fan favorite. We got some beautiful bronze Mikawa seedlings here. Gonna look great and very unique in the garden.
Yeah, these are Mikawa seedlings that leaf out with that bronze color. Some really beautiful ones right now that are just giving some of that bronze highlights all across the plant. A lot of lime greens throughout. They all have that tightly layering habit. These are all seedlings though, so they're all very different. They could handle sun differently. They could have hold the bronze to different colors, different times throughout the season. There's a lot of variation to this, but all these have that Mikawa tightly layering habit and that bronze color. You may even see some leaf shape differences as well as leaf size differences. So just throwing that out there, some cool Mikawa bronze seedlings we've got available for the first time as a bronze variant in that Mikawa seedling.
Yeah, I mean, I just enjoy looking at the seedlings. I think that's always so fun. We get like a shipment of like 500 Mikawa seedlings, and it's just super fun. Sometimes we get them during the winter, sometimes we get them during the spring, and I love seeing them during that springtime, man. You have your, stuff that's showing red. You have your stuff that's, a little bit yellow, and then you got the bronze color. That's sort of right in the middle. And I think that means, it's going to play really nice with a lot of other trees in the garden. It's going to look really nice next to just a straight up Mikawa, man. Getting that kind of lime green playing with that nice bronze color with a similar shape. And I think we all love something that's unique to us, man. And that's what's super cool about the seedlings. Nobody's going to have the same genetics as you, and that's super dope.
Now, some cool stuff about these is these have got some age to them now. So they've got some nice size, some good structure. They're already in that pre-bonsai-like format. Easy to turn this into a container plant or a bonsai. This is some amazing sizes on these Mikawa seedlings. and some amazing color. Guys, check out the bronze color on these Mikawa seedlings. You're going to love these things. They're going to give you some unique spring interest. We assume that this bronze color is something they'll have each and every year. Mikawa variants can be different, meaning that this bronze coloration may show more orange at times or red at times, depending on the environmental conditions. But these were all selected this spring for having this bronze color. So I'm assuming that most of these will continue on with that bronze coloration. Guys, grab you a Mikawa variant seedling bronze color variation today.
Oh yeah. Guys, we're bringing a Carolina Sweetheart up to you. Other than just Tim today, we got a beautiful Redbud Carolina Sweetheart, a variegated selection.
Now, you can get yourself a Carolina Sweetheart for your sweetheart. Congratulations to Corbin, my man. Just recently got engaged last week. Congratulations. Y'all, Carolina Sweetheart is a Redbud that throws on some amazing colors. You're going to get some just spectacular variegation around the edge of each and every leaf. This is one of the most striking Redbuds of them all. Pink margins that turn to like white with red and green. The multicolors on this are amazing. It's got a nice upright habit that then sort of semi-pendulous outward. Very typical of your typical Redbud. What this tree does out there in the landscape, it gives you dynamic colors and foliage interest, even when it's not blooming. Redbuds bloom with red buds before they bloom, before they bud out. So out there in the landscape, you'll get some gorgeous reds out there, pink reds on Carolina Sweetheart as it matures. But then you also get that foliage interest with those heart-shaped leaves. I mean, I think Carolina Sweetheart's a perfect name for a tree that was bred and introduced by the Mountain Horticulture Research Station, Tom Rainey. This is his one of his many amazing introductions.
Yeah, I mean, this tree lives up to the hype, I believe, man. I have given a couple of these as gifts, and everybody just loves it so much. It's super beautiful. This pairs well with a flamethrower, which is another introduction from NC State. Just how beautifully dynamic the variegation is. I love the growth habit of Redbuds. And like you were talking about, that flower interest that they get too is just super beautiful. Right now, outdoors, we're starting to see those native Redbuds kind of start to blossom. And it's just like this neon, like hot pink that is just like, you see it on the side of the roads and you're like, okay, I know there's a Redbud right there. Super beautiful. And this is one that any gardener could love. But hey, if you messed up about 2 months ago, maybe you missed Valentine's Day, this might be a good gift to get. So yeah.
These things are super popular at open house because when it's open house, we typically have these trees in full leaf. And when people see this in full leaf, you can't pass it up. My wife did check out, and after seeing so many people during the open house check out with it, she radios to me and says, save one of those for our yard. I mean, it's rare that my wife does that, but this is that beautiful of a plant. You must have this tree in your garden because it's so beautiful and adds unique interest in foliage interest, but also in those blooms. So grab you a Carolina Sweetheart today.
Guys, coming up next, we got an awesome red witch's broom from the blessing master himself, man. We got Bob McCafferty. He calls those witch's brooms blessings, man, because he believes that genetic mutation that's going on is a blessing, and he finds them, introduces them in the trade. And we got St. Francisco Marto here today.
Got St. Francisco Marto, dense, compact red witch's broom. Holds its color fairly well throughout the season. Get some greens into it late. Dense, compact form, though. Like we talked about, the witch's brooms, they're blessings, as Bob McCafferty says, because taking this dwarf mutation that happens in the tree and grafting it, then all of a sudden you have this dwarf selection. St. Francisco Marto is going to be an excellent container plant, excellent for those small places in the garden. And one of the first times we've listed this particular part of, quote unquote, the Catholic series into MrMaple.com. So it's one of the first times we've been able to offer this one, besides a few times at open houses. Guys, this thing's really rare, really awesome, and as a tree, it's going to sell out quickly today, so make sure to check out fast. Guys, next up, we got Acer Palmatum Sir Damon, one of the brightest pink-red coral barks you can find in the trade.
Yeah, man. I was just sitting here thinking, this might go well if you have like a medieval themed garden. You know, you could have like your, you know, you got your dragons in there. You got your
Dragon Master.
Yeah, your Dragon Master. You got your Sir Damon in there. You could have maybe a Dark Knight, man. You know, who knows, man. But Sir Damon is a twist on that classic coral bark that we get from Sengu Kaku, turned up a little bit more red than that kind of paler pink, and it really just has some nice contrast on itself with those green leaves, guys.
Yeah, great yellow fall color on Sir Damon. This is one of the more colorful coral bark selections. On coral barks, give it a backdrop out there in the landscape. Give it something like a building. Give it like an evergreen backdrop. Give it something so that you've got something right behind it, so you add contrast and depth to the bark. It puts more of a focus on the bark during those winter months when this tree is going to be leafless, but really display just some amazing color out there with that pink-red bark. This is one of the most brightly colored coral barks that's out there. So Sir Damon's going to reach about 10 to 12 feet in 10 years. Being a coral bark, it's good in zone 6 through 9. Some people will grow them in zone 5, but you know, zone 6 is probably right the sweet spot for these coral barks. This is a beautiful selection you need to add to your garden because winter interest adds that next depth to Japanese maples. You know, many of your Japanese maples give you great spring, summer, and fall interest. And this is going to give you the structure and the beauty of a green Japanese maple in the spring and summer. And when fall hits, you've got some amazing, amazing yellow fall color. But winter adds that new interest for Japanese maples where you just have some amazing color during those drab winter months.
Guys, this is going to pair great with like bihus and other coral barks, but then also you can throw alley-oop with that Osakazuki, and then you get that red and that yellow going off at the same time. But something that's super important with the coral barks to maintain that beautiful color that we love is pruning, guys. And if you're wanting to check out a video on how to prune, make sure to go check out our pruning video with Elton Lyles, Plant Man Gardening. He shows us how to prune a coral bark and get the best color out of it. And man, his bihu looks awesome. So if you're looking for some tips, make sure to check out that video.
Yeah, he actually got that plant from us, and that video is an excellent way to learn how to have the best color on the bark of a coral bark Japanese maple, but also the best shape. And he talks about some unique things on how to prune based on the moon phases. So some cool stuff there you'll want to check out.
All right, guys, coming up next, we got another red witch's broom.
Fireball.
Fireball, man. Tim loves some pit bull, man. I'm more of a Mario guy myself, or like a wizard kind of fireball cast and move. If you saw that Halloween video from back in the day, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, this is an awesome red witch's broom. Now, you know, it's called Fireball because of the shape that it gets right now. And you might be looking at me and you're like, Corbin, well, that tree looks pretty upright right now, you know? That's what some of the witch's brooms do. They kind of put off this like longer, more vigorous growth. And then as that kind of hits a tipping point, they really start to focus in and flush that lateral branching. So it'll become more and more full as it kind of matures. And you get that classic fireball looking shape, man.
So, to be fair, I don't listen to Pitbull all the time, but if you're doing something like grafting, or you're doing something like unloading a truck, and you need some picked up tempo music to keep you rolling, putting some Pitbull on repeat, it's definitely kind of fun. I was sitting down there grafting this winter, some hot blondes, some heat waves, some Nanyats, some yellow submarines, and throwing on some Pitbull, putting it on repeat, keeps you moving. It's hard to, you know, go slow if you're listening to some Pitbull. But Fireball is a selection by Dave Rucade. It was found as a witch's broom on his way to Nancy Vermeulen's. Dense, compact red color. Gives you some fire engine red colors in the fall as well. Guys, Fireball, another excellent dwarf red for the container garden, conifer garden. Add that color in small spaces.
Yeah, I love this one. It pairs really nice with a lot of other trees. And I just love that difference of the leaf shape, man. It really adds a nice textural contrast in the garden. But yeah, you're not going to want to miss this. Fireball. Guys, coming up next, we got an awesome Acer Palmatum Umegae.
This is a classic red upright, and it's a brick red color, large leaf amenum. You get some green bark going on. Guys, this thing is beautiful. It's a little more picked up red than your typical bloodgood. So you get not that deep maroon in the beginning, but you get more of that brick red, which really stands out, more of that cherrier red color when it first leaves out. A really nice upright Japanese maple, 8 to 10 foot in 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really get this tree until I saw it in a large specimen out at Buckholtz at his old house at the Flora Farm. Just walking up to this gigantic one, and it just kind of catches your eye because the color is just so unique out in the garden. You know, even in a field of 150, you know, giant Japanese maples, the Umegae kind of demands your attention, especially depending on what you put around it too, man. But that color is so nice, and whenever you get up underneath of it and you start looking through it, it kind of has that fire glow effect a little bit, you know, just kind of letting that sun shine through those leaves, kind of lightening up those parts. The shadowy parts are darker, and I just love the kind of use in the garden that it has, man. It's a beautiful tree.
Now, Umegae will also go to oranges and reds in the fall. This is a phenomenal tree to put out in the landscape, to have something untraditionally red. You don't want your typical red maroon that a lot of people have. This is a great classic Japanese maple that stood the test of time. It's beautiful, it's easy to grow, but gives you more of that brick red color with oranges to reds in the fall. So it'll help you stand out from the crowd, but in a very unique and very beautiful way.
Guys, we got a beautiful Japanese maple. Who would have thought that, man? We got an amazing Japanese maple right here. We got Acer Palmatum Earthfire, man.
Our Earthfire is amazing. It's a reticulated Japanese maple that gives you purple colors in a toadstool-like fashion. When you see one of these matured out, we've got a gorgeous one in the garden at Matt's. You know, it's probably 3 feet tall, 5 foot wide, has a shape very similar to something like a kiyohime, but you get a purple color, almost like a magashiguri, with that metallic-y lavender colors in the early spring. These are just about to leaf out. These are ones we've been cutting back heavy, producing a lot of scions and other plants off of. Guys, this will make that perfect little dwarf out there in the landscape with good reticulation.
Yeah, I know the reticulation is super beautiful. It has that really nice red, like rich red color, but then you get that lime green inlay inside the leaf, and it does look like that Earthfire, man. You know, it's kind of this beautiful mashup. And I love how like the lime greens really play with those kind of darker red colors in a lot of plants, but this one really has it in every single leaf. Super beautiful, and I think that shape is a big selling point too, honestly. It's like that toadstool shape is really manageable in the garden. It really has a nice aesthetic to it, and having something that's kind of lower with that reticulated variety is nice because you can just go up, look at that leaf, you know, maybe look up underneath of the tree a little bit, and it's just a nice one to have for sure.
Guys, grab you an Earthfire today. Newer, pretty rare, very interesting. Definitely stands out from all the other reticulated Japanese maples. Grab you one of these to really add some amazing color out there in the landscape. All right, guys, next up, and definitely not the least, we've got Acer Palmatum Naniwa beni.
Yeah, this is one that I heard whispers of whenever I first started here. Matt was always hyping this variety up, and then getting to see it a couple different springs, it has really kind of, impressed me. I love just like the kind of unique red spring color that it has. You know, it's this really nice kind of cherry with like a little bit of a lime green inlay. Super beautiful. I think this is one that a lot of people are on that chase for, man, you know, because of its rarity. And I'm happy to say there's a pretty large set down low, man. So I think a lot of people are going to be happy today.
Guys, Naniwa beni is beautiful. It's one of the best spring interest trees. Matt saw this tree as we were grafting, collecting plants, and he said, man, this is a game changer. It's one of the prettiest pinks you can have. Sunlight actually peaks the color up. These have been in our 50 of 5% white poly, and they've still got some pretty nice color right now. These things can give you some of the most choice pink-red colors out there in the landscape. Check out the MrMaple Friends group on Facebook to have a lot of people bragging about their Naniwa benis, because there are going to be some amazing things happening right now. Guys, this will end up getting 6 to 8 foot in 10 years. It's a good mid-sized tree, but that spring interest is simply amazing. It's one of the best just spring pink reds out there in the landscape. You're going to want this tree because the foliage is like a flower. When it blooms and blossoms out, it's going to just grab everyone's attention in your garden. It's one of the brightest colors. Pair this with something out there like Golden Falls. I'm looking at some Golden Falls over here, just leafing out with the yellows and oranges. Weeping Umbrella Habit. That would pair so well with this as this gets upwards and makes that mid-sized tree out there in the landscape, contrasting each other all throughout the season. Guys, grab you one of these Naniwa bennies.
Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty awesome set of 10 trees, man. I was pretty excited whenever I was pulling them all for this video. It's just nice to see the variety that we have, man. How some of the super rare trees are coming to the 10 at 10 more consistently. And it makes me happy, man. And we're back in springtime.
Guys, in the comment section below, what's your favorite from these 10 trees? We got some amazing trees right now hitting the 10 at 10. Unique sets, rare, interesting plants. We're bringing it like no other place you can imagine. I mean, we're bringing 20 plants every Tuesday and Thursday. We're bringing that limited release on the hour, every hour from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. We're bringing you some whammies on the weekends, which is more limited sets. And we're bringing that eBay on MrMaple.com/eBay, where you can go shop super rare and interesting plants that you might have missed out here on the 10 at 10. Then we're also bringing you all the time amazing fun content here on the Mr. Maple Show and your weekly podcast on your favorite podcast platform. And we've got that open house coming out April 11th. We're in the maple entertainment industry here at Mr. Maple. So if you love this kind of thing, make sure you subscribe, because we work hard to really bring it when it comes to Japanese maples. We love them, we're passionate about them, and we appreciate you shopping with us and supporting our channel.
Yeah, like, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. And remember, take care.
God bless.
And have a great day.